Let's do some division sums. Let's begin with the first one. That's 287 divided by 10. So that's 287 divided by 10. Now earlier what we might have done is, okay, 10 doesn't go into 2, it goes into 28. 10 twos are 20. We subtract, we get a remainder of 8. We bring down the 7. So 87, 10 goes 8 times 80, and we would get 7 as the remainder. And previously what we would have done is we would have said that the quotient is 28 and the remainder equals 7. Yeah. But now what we know is, we know that we can in fact use decimals to go, we can further divide this remainder, and let's see how we can do that. So this same sum we're now going to take further, which is 287 divided by 10. Let's begin. 10 twos are the same, 20, subtract the 2, get 8, bring down the 7, 10 eights are 80, and we get 7. Now the thing is, this is 287 is the same as 287.0. Yeah, if you want, so, or 0.00 or 0.00, you can keep adding as long as there's zeros. It's the same number. I hope you understand this. If you don't, you can ask me. So now what we do is we bring the decimal, and when we bring the decimal, we can put a 0 down here. Okay, now we are dividing this into tenths, because if you realize this is the tenths place, even if you don't understand it fully, do it a few times and you might understand. So having put the decimal, we can now put a 0 here. How many times does 10 go into 70? It goes 7 times. We get 70, and we have now completed it. So 287 divided by 10 is equal to 28.7. Okay, let's take another case. Let's take the second sum, 427 divided by 2. So we'll start here, a little on this side, 427, and we're going to divide it by 2. So 2 twos are 4. There's nothing. Yeah, so bring down the 2. So 2 ones are 2. Again, nothing. 2 ones are 2. Nothing remains. We can put across there. Bring down the 7. 2 threes are 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Normally we would stop at 1 and leave 1 as the remainder. But now what we have the option to do is we simply add the decimal point, convert that to 10. 2 fives are 10. Yeah, so our quotient is 213.5. Yeah, which is 213 and a half. That is correct. Let's look at another case. Let's look at the third case. 30 divided by 8. So let's take the number 30 and divide it by 8. So 8 threes are 24 when we subtract the 2. Yeah, so 10 minus 4 is 6. 8 doesn't go into 6. Normally this would be a remainder, but what we do is at this point we add the decimal, bring a 0. Yeah, 8 sevens are 56. Subtract the 2. 60 minus 56 we know is 4. Now what happens? Now, do I have to add another decimal? No, we cannot add multiple decimals. Okay, what you must remember is 30 is the same as 30.0000. So when we're left with 4, now we can bring down the next 0. Okay, and we get 40. 8 5s are 40. Oops, sorry. And that is our answer. The answer is equal to answer is 3.75. Oops, hello. Okay. Now let's look at the last one, which is 7 divided by 110. So I'm going to make 110, and we're going to, it says 7 is to be divided by 110. Now obviously 110 is larger than 7. Yeah, so there is nothing to do. We might say that we cannot do this division, but what we can say is 0. Now let's see. Remember, 7 is the same as 7.000. 0 point. Now let's take the first 0. Does 110 go into 70? No, it doesn't go into 70. So we put another 0. Does it go into 700? Yes, it goes into 700. So let's look at how many times does 110 go into 700. So if you realize 110 multiplied by 7 is about 770, multiplied by 6 is about 660. If you subtract the two, that's 700, this is 660, gives us 40 as the remainder. Now does 110 go into 40? No. We bring down the next 0. How many times will it go into 400? So about 3 times. So we get 330. We subtract the 2, we get 70. Now look, there's something interesting happened. We got 70 left over. Now the next 0 of course comes down. We get back 700. Remember, we started with 700. So 6, we get 660. When we subtract the 2, we get 40. Remember, we got 40. 40 becomes 400. How many times is it going to 400? 3 times. So 330. When we subtract the 2, we get 70. So I don't know if you can see this, but we did 700, then we got 660, remainder 400, 40, we made 400, then we multiplied 3 times, we got back 700. Then that gave us back 40. And so this pattern will keep repeating, 63, 63, 63. If you get this kind of a thing, the quotient can be written as, something is wrong. Yeah, the quotient can be written as 0.063 repeating. This bar means this keeps repeating, 63, 63, 63, 63. Yeah, or if the question says write it to 3 decimal places, then we can say simply it is equal to 0.063 if the question says to 3 decimal places. Okay, so this is how the basics of how to do decimal divisions. Do ask anytime you are not 100% sure of what you're doing. Please ask over WhatsApp.